My skin right now looks good, but I used to bleach. I stopped. I used to be so not confident with my skin. I was already, like I had a caramel skin. From growing up, a lot of people who were considered beautiful were super light skinned. I remember vividly when I was maybe like 14 years old, I used to want to hang around this girl who was light skinned and considered beautiful because I just wanted the beauty to rub off of me, and I wanted to be considered beautiful. And I wanted the guys to look at me, even though I knew I wasn't going to do, I was very socially awkward. There was nothing I really knew to do with the likeness that they were going to extend to me, but I still wanted to be considered beautiful regardless. I think that was the first time I realized that I probably needed to change something about my skin. And just like everyone, when you realize that you need to change something about your skin, I think the first thing that comes to mind is bleaching, especially depending on what you are used to or the people that you're used to seeing or the things that are very common within the place where you are. So I started bleaching. I literally started by, how they tell you things that it's just going to brighten your skin a little bit, bring out your color. This is going to be something that will make your color pop. And we all know that that's a coded way, except for the real ones, which I'm going to share with you later on. We all know that that's just a coded way of saying this will probably change your skin color. Anyway, I started bleaching and it got worse. I just kept going. I didn't know when to stop. And obviously, I started liking how my skin looked. And with bleaching, I don't know if people who have bleached, they know with bleaching comes skin problems because you're really messing with your skin barrier. So you're prone to a lot more acne, you're prone to a lot more discoloration, hyperpigmentation, just skin reactions that you typically would not get. But I loved makeup, so I would typically cover most of them up with makeup. And my knuckles were bad, like so terrible. And I bleached for a while, for a very, very long time. And every time there was a new product about bleaching, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be using that product. I'm going to, test it out. And at some point, I was conscious about my bleaching. And you keep buying product upon product upon product. Anyway, long story short, my skin just started getting bad. I remember this one time I bought a product from Amazon and it burnt my skin in a terrible way. My face, my neck, my back. It was so bad. My arms, I went from someone who was able to wear like sleeveless to someone who couldn't wear sleeveless. And it wasn't, I knew that what I was doing was wrong. I just had gone so deep that I didn't know how to stop. And I also knew that it was not sustainable because I knew that I didn't want to be a 50-year-old, who was still bleaching. I knew that for a fact, but I got so deep that I didn't know how to stop. And I started praying about it. I told God I needed to be a little more confident with myself. And it did not happen for a while. Let me tell you guys how I stopped bleaching. I went to visit my husband. We were in a long distance marriage, so I went to visit him. And I remember bringing out my lotion to rub. And he looked at me and he was like, "Babe, you rubbed that?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I was so ashamed because I know the kind of man that my husband is. So he's like, "Why do you rub that?" And I told him, I'm like, "I like it." He's like, "But this is bleaching. This is damaging your skin, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I felt so ashamed and so embarrassed and I didn't know what to do. And he just started picking out all the lotions that I had and he asked me, he's like, "You trust me?" I said, "Yes." He asked me, "I'm going to throw this away. Is that okay with you?" I'm like, "No, babe, I don't want you to throw it away." And at this point, I've been bleaching for more than 3-4 years. Okay, guys. So, and he's like, and I cannot even forget this moment. My guy hugged me and said, "I love you so much. And I love you. I know you. And I know you might not be confident to stop this now. But I want you to know that the way I feel about you is never going to change. And it's not because of your skin color and it's not going to change. If you trust me, let me help you stop this." So he started tossing out my lotion. And to be honest, I felt like a fake person because my skin was so bright. He then got me a lotion, like a proper lotion. We had a conversation, like spoke to him about how I'm not very confident in my skin, but that was the beginning of me stopping bleaching. I was rubbing keratin, but that was not the only thing I was rubbing there. I was rubbing a lot of things that I don't even want to mention because I'm embarrassed to mention them right now. And he stopped, after he threw all those things out, and he bought me a new cream, a lotion, you know, very safe, normal lotion. And I started rubbing that. I remember when I came back to the US, you know, in fact, it used to be, I remember my cousins, if they remember, or my sisters, sometimes I'm like, oh guys, I'm bleaching. I can't, you know, get my knuckles to be the same color with me, with me. They're like, oh, you're so honest, you know, but they don't know that I honestly was saying those things because I wanted to get ahead of it. So if I mention that I'm bleaching, you can use that bleaching against me. And it was, you know, something that I wasn't confident about, but I knew that I didn't know how to stop it. Anyway, that was how I stopped bleaching, and then I started looking for more safer alternatives to skincare products that would not alter my skin color. So if you want to know what I tried and what I'm currently using, watch the next video.